Okay, wait. A premium account on X is required in order to stream on a platform. You can subscribe on X. Oh, am I live? Oh. Didn't even know. It's supposed to be playing music, so we'll do the music, right? Okay. Hello, you guys. Welcome, my astrological lovers and my beautiful, beautiful souls. How are you doing? Welcome to this video. I actually started this video and didn't even know I started this video. It's interesting. I tried to stream on X and it won't let me stream on X because I had to have a premium. We will figure that out later, but you can catch me on YouTube. And yeah, so it looks like X is going to get my money. Oh my gosh. Remember the internet was free? Well, that's gone. Anyway, this week the cosmos is buzzing with electrifying energy. Mars is going to enter the versatile sign Gemini. We will be adaptable, flexible, and very curious with our energy. Plus, we have a powerful full moon in Capricorn. It's entering 29 degrees. That means a lot. There's a sense of urgency here, but we will be illuminating some ambitions and goals. We'll get into that. And that's not all. Mars will also be making a very dramatic, it's making a very dramatic conjunction with Uranus. We've already discussed this last week. And that is why we had that Trump incident. If you are an Aquarius, if you're a fixed sign, you probably been affected about this, but hold on tight because the universe is about to shake things up again this week. But first, I want a quick Hello there, my beautiful souls. I am Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Are you ready to take your spiritual journey to the next level? Introducing Danyell's Astro Tarot Elite Club, your exclusive getaway to daily insights, cosmic guidance, and so much more for just $4.99 a month. As a member, you'll receive daily readings designed to align your day with the universe's energy. Start each day with clarity and confidence. Do you need a personal reading, or do you want to have your astrology chart read fully? With being a member, you also can enjoy exclusive discounts on all my offerings just for our elite members only, all for just $4.99 a month. That's less than a cup of coffee. Join Danyell's Astro Tarot Elite Club today and elevate your spiritual path. Okay, yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for my commercial. Anyway, okay, so let's talk about the aspects of the week, shall we? If you are watching us on YouTube or listening to this via podcast, here are the aspects. Mars currently on the 15th and this is the 15th, is currently conjunct Uranus. The moon will be entering Sagittarius tomorrow, and Mercury will be starting its pre-shadow phase, 21 degrees. Okay, on the 18th, the sun will be sextiling Uranus. On the 19th, moon will enter Capricorn. Venus will trine the north node and sextile the south node. And then on the 20th, Mars will sextile Neptune in Pisces, 29 degrees. That 29 degrees is hitting us every other day. Mars will enter Gemini. And then on the 21st, we have huge energy on the 21st. We got the full moon in Capricorn early in the morning around 3 a.m. We got the moon entering Aquarius shortly after. Then Venus is going to sextile Jupiter. Mercury is going to square Uranus at that, again, 26 degrees. The sun will trine Neptune, and Mars will trine Pluto. So we got some good and positive, but we would definitely get into it. But first, let me share my screen so we can talk about the presidents. Okay, the presidents of the United States of America. Okay, first let's talk about some Trump here. Okay, I don't like the way I look here, so we need to add a cute background. Yeah, okay, that works. And yeah, I think now, because of what happened, not even I think, now because of what happened, and that was that Mars conjunct Uranus. If you are new to astrology, if you don't know astrology, I'll explain it. Let me drink my water. My water is a little cloudy because it has lemonade in it, so no judgments here. Anyway, so let me talk about Trump's chart, okay? And bring this up here so I can see it too. Okay, so we had this here. If you see here, Uranus and Mars touching each other. This is on the 14th, so we'll bring it on the 15th. 26 degrees. And this little special thing is also at 26 degrees. This is a fixed star. It is called Algol. Okay, it's always here. It's in the sign Taurus. Okay, now before we get into this is a Taurus degree, 26 degrees. And the Sabian symbol, the Taurus degree, first of all, Taurus degree represents stability, material matter, sensuality, what you value, your body, right? All that is what you have here. Now, because you can value your body, okay, your resources, okay. Now you have all that, and some people may think that Donald Trump is valuable. You can see that at the rally. So this is a big thing. Now, let's talk about the fixed star. Okay, the fixed star Algol, okay, has a reputation for being a malefic star. Okay, malefic means no bueno. Okay, it's traditionally associated with violence, destruction, malevolent forces, and considered dangerous to most, and an unfortunate star. And it's always here, and it is at the perfect degrees. Now, wait, let me see. Did I explain everything about the Argyle? One of the most famous and notorious fixed stars in astrology, and is often referred to as the demon star. Also, there is an eclipse energy with it because there's two stars, and it kind of, you see it sometimes and you don't see it. Represents intense power and transformation energy, and it's linked to physical ailments, particularly those involving the head and the neck. Okay, I did not discuss this because I did not go over Trump. I did know, and I did express last week how important this is, but I did not connect it to Trump. So now I've learned my lesson, and now I will be doing a weekly report, if you are in America, on Biden and Trump. Okay. Now, what else do we have about this? Because if I would have pointed this out, we would have known, and wow, you wouldn't have been shocked, right? Algo's influence is indicated on intense, passionate, and sometimes overwhelming experience, because that wasn't a very overwhelming experience. It brings about situations where one must confront their deep fears and taboos. A lot of people did have fear around Trump speaking in public. A lot of people were saying, a lot of his supporters were saying that they were worried about him speaking. I actually heard this about JFK. No, yes. Is it JFK? RFK? Who's running? Algo's influence, as indicate, wait, I said that. Okay, negative side. Sorry. So the negative side of algo influence can involve encounters with danger, violence, and traumatic events. Algo's influence can be challenging. It can also bring tremendous inner strength, courage, and ability to overcome great odds, which you did see there at the end. Now, you see here, this is what we are experiencing as a collective on the outer ring. This is Donald Trump's chart on an inner ring. If you're not watching, it's fine. I'm going to explain everything. Now, the planets Uranus and Mars conjunct this fixed star is going to bring impulsiveness, accidents, conflict, aggression. Now, it's in the sign Taurus, so you do have this, finances and resources, things you think valuable, a part of it too. Now, because you're dealing with a fixed star, it's giving the energy to this conjunction, okay? And everything that I just explained with this fixed star is added on to this conjunction, okay? So with this conjunction alone, you have resistance to change, you have revolutionary energy, you have innovation and drive, you do have the aggression, you have restlessness, okay? Because your energy doesn't want to be still, it wants its freedom, okay? Now, that is what you have. And then not only that, it is squaring his Mars, okay? And again, both very conflict, war energy, very violent, represents guns and weapons, blood as well, okay? The red energy of Mars is very strong and it does deal with blood. So I'm closing my window because I don't want the people to walk by and hear me say such gory things. Okay. So you have that. Now, who will this affect the most? This will affect not just Trump, right? It's probably affected the Aquarius. It probably affect Taurus, of course, because it's in Taurus. Probably affect Scorpios and Leos as well. You guys probably were really affected by this. And yeah, let me know how you felt. And the best energy to do with this is working out, and be very flexible and be very adaptable. Okay. Yeah. So let me see. Is that just? I'm looking at my notes here. Let me see what else I have for Trump because I think I looked up Trump for the week. I did. Okay. So it squares his natal chart. So it's squaring this energy here is going to bring some unpredictable energy. It's going to bring sudden unpredictable energy. It's going to bring intensified drive and ambition, risk-taking energy, physical accidents. Anyone who has this placement would have brought physical accidents. And of course, remember, we're dealing with that fixed star and it's dealing with the head and the neck, right? Now, the 29 degrees. Okay, so that's what we have on that. We've already experienced that. You're already feeling it. And, the more the days go by, Mars starts to leave the energy. And when it leaves, it starts to lessen. Okay. Now, as we get closer here, you see, as I move this over, it gets closer to his ascendant, not his ascendant, to his midheaven. And when it gets closer to its midheaven, the midheaven represents, like, everyone's looking at you. You're on stage. It's your reputation. It's all about you and your career. And now that Mars has more energy, more ambition, and he'll probably be more dynamic. He'll be very persistent with his work ethic. He's going to be more on stage than anything with this event happening. Might even be financially motivated too, because we're dealing with that Taurus energy. And then when we move on the 20th, then it's really going to go strong, right? Because now it moves, but there will be a sense of urgency with that 29 degrees, okay? And then it will move on to, I'm going backwards. Then it will move into the sign Gemini, which I would discuss for us as a collective. But with Donald Trump, you're going to get very strong, ambitious in his career. It's going to be stronger than ever. Okay. I mean, talk about the speeches and debates. I'm not sure when the Republican convention is. I'm figuring it's around this time. Okay. While this Mars and Gemini is all in his 10th house. Let me take a sip of water. But he'll have more enhanced public image. He'll be very multitasking, adaptable, quick with his words, really into networking, increased energy involving his active career pursuits. Okay. And you see it's next to this powerful planet that's very positive. So it will be amazing for him as well with that. Okay. Now, on the 21st, And this is not just for him, this is for everyone. On the 21st, we have Mercury is going to square Uranus, and Mercury is Mercury is sitting on top of that Mars. So I'm wondering if he's going to have some intense conversations or conversations with some private enemies. Something's going to be announced here. Leo represents authority and leadership and presidents. And so Mercury's in the sign Leo, and it's on top of his Mars of conflict and war. So I'm wondering if there's some words that's going to be said or some news that's going to be coming out that was hidden. I'm just wondering how that's going to play out. But there's intense communication, and squaring Uranus, it's going to be more chaos. Okay. More conflict. Anytime we have Mercury scoring anything, there's some ego clashes, there's some power struggles, there's unpredictable behavior, maybe something with technology there too for the collective. But with him, it's something like maybe the internet will be involved, because Uranus does represent technology and the internet too. So yeah, so restlessness and nervous energy too. Okay. Let me see, conflict and tension, unexpected developments too. Yeah, unpredictable behavior. Okay, so that is what we have. Now let's talk about Mr. Biden. Okay, and also look out, because I also did a video on Kamala Harris and her presidency. So go ahead and check out that video if you're curious to know about her. But just to put it in a nutshell, I did go over in way more details of everything. She does look very positive, and there's feminine energy connected to this presidency. So let's see how that plays out. Now, and it's something different. Okay, so it makes me think, like, will Donald Trump have a female vice president? I don't know. Okay, so let's talk about Biden, and let me make sure everyone can see everything, because I'm just looking at my chart and not looking at what's going on. Okay, so hold on, close these windows here. Okay, so now let's look at Mr. Biden. Okay, so now we have Biden's chart up, and now Biden also has a thing with this Argyle as well. I took it off just now, but that's fine. Argyle again is sitting here on the sign Taurus. Wait, where's his Taurus? Sorry, not sitting there. Argyle is sitting here next to his Taurus. And okay, so this is the thing. This is in the 6th house, and it makes me think there could be a health issue happening with him. Okay, there could be a health issue. I'm not saying I want it, but this is the plant. This is the house of health, and there could be something going on, like with his neck or his head. Something could be happening, because that's where it is. So these things don't have to happen on the exact day. For example, it's today. It could be happening later on, or maybe it's something we just don't know about. Okay. Now, but it's something with his health, and he does have this sitting on this ending here, 26 degrees. We already know he has some health issues, especially when it comes to communication, right? And the discussion of Parkinson's have been coming up. I think dementia has came up for him. So we already know health is on the line. Now, this also could be affecting his work environment and his daily routines, because that's also what it represents. Maybe disruptive changes in his work. I don't want to say violent energy, but this could be happening with his health. It could be triggering some old wounds, because also we have it squaring Chiron. Okay. And there could be some insecurities here. And yeah. So that is what we have. Let me see. Mars is opposing the sun in Scorpio here once it hits Gemini. So yeah, some tension with his secret enemies, some tension with things that are unknown for him, things that are secret, things that are in the dark. A lot of presidents have things in the 12th house. With that said, he has a lot of planets in the 12th house, and there's some tensions here. And then you see here, it looks like the Mars and Venus were opposing. I just feel like a lot of people are not attracted to him. He's not getting the love like Trump is getting with a lot of things. And yeah. Okay, so on the 23rd for Mr. Biden, Mercury is going to conjunct this midheaven here, and yeah, in a sign Leo, a lot of discussions again of leadership get stronger here, and it's going to retrograde, you guys, as Mercury keeps going. It's going to retrograde because it starts the pre-shadow phase, but it's going to retrograde. And I feel like that's going to be a big doozy for him. You're talking about in the sign Virgo. Virgo represents health. I think the big discussion of health, far as his career, is going to not work for him. I think he's going to get some bad news on it, because you're dealing with Virgo, you're dealing with his career. Yeah, and you're dealing with Mercury, which represents news. Okay, so you have that. Anyway, communication related about his career and reputation and public image. All that is going to come to the front, as it should be, because he is running for president, and Mercury conjunct that Chiron. He's going to be very vulnerable and maybe really authentic. That would be happening. And Mercury is going to square his natal sun, right? And that is happening. There's tension with self-expression, relationship challenges, also squaring that Venus there. Maybe there's some healing conversations. So that's what we have for just this week alone. Okay, with the president. And then don't worry, I'm going to go over us because some people don't care about the presidents. But let me pull a tarot card for this week for Donald Trump and for Biden. And then we'll move on to us, okay? I am mixing my tarot deck here. If you hear that, mixing it on my lap. I don't have enough space on my deck. Okay, so usually I do this before, but summer was so relaxing. I had a great break, and now things are slowly coming back from the relaxing energy of sleeping in and making my own hours. Now my daughter, my youngest, is back in summer camp, and that involves me. So for Donald Trump, of course, we have the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is about being on stage, okay? Oh, there were 2 cards pulled for him. And also we have the Lover's card. The Lover's card talks about Gemini. So I think he's going to have multiple opportunities for him. People are in line with his values. That's coming up for him. He is Jupiter in Gemini. He has a lot of luck when it comes to Gemini. So Gemini means speaking. He's a great debater. He's a great talker. I mean, whether you want to vote for him or not, if you just watch his speeches, they are quite entertaining and funny. Yeah, so you have that. Gemini usually represents youthfulness too. And we're talking about Trump, and I do think he's older, but let's see what happens with the youthfulness. I just want you to understand everything that these cards embody. But the Gemini energy is on stage, and that's him speaking, that's him being adaptable and being versatile. And we have a voyage. There is a voyage happening for him. A voyage to me makes me think of a trip or a journey, and the journey looks like it could be positive. He has to practice some diligence, though. This card is so pretty. He's going to have to practice some diligence, work really hard this week. That makes sense for him. Let's pull some cards for Biden, and then we'll move on to the collective, okay? Let me pull some cards for Mr. Joe Biden. I want to call him Joe Button. No disrespect to the president. It just makes me think of Joe Button. Okay, so we have the 8 of Cups, and he needs to walk away from what no longer serves him. Okay. I'm just going to say that's what that card represents. An 8 of Cups means walking away from what no longer serves you. And then there's new opportunities of love. There's emotions with both of these cards, the Ace of Cups, the 8 of Cups. And he needs to walk away and pay attention to new opportunities of love. And it looks like he's not getting love from his party, and he needs to walk away because they're not serving him. This is just what I see in the cards. Let me know what your opinions are. And there needs to be a purification, a cleansing of some sort for Joe Button, for President Biden. Okay. And that is what we have for him this week, walking away from what no longer serves him. And there needs to be a purification. Purification also could be health, right? So yeah, that is what we have. Now let's go on to what we have for us. I already told you the aspects of the week, and let's get into the details of the aspect. Okay, so July 16th. Oh, first of all, we discussed today, right? I already discussed this last week, and today is that Uranus. Let me bring this back on stage. Actually, let me bring it back. Let me bring it back. Okay, so I've already discussed. Let me move him. I already discussed what we have for us. And this is on the 15th today. And we have, what's going on? Why does this like, okay. We have Uranus and Mars conjunct in the sign Taurus, and it was next to that fixed star. So if you are a fixed sign, which is Aquarius, Leo, what are the other fixed? Did I missing Taurus? Okay. You're going to be feeling this Aquarius, Leo, Taurus. You're going to be feeling this already been feeling it. I'm pretty sure you've already been feeling it. Okay. You're not alone. It's okay. I had an Aquarius who had been attacked by a Mars, a person who has a sign of Mars, not in a negative way, but just, yes, in a negative way, but nothing traumatizing is more what I'm saying. Someone had a bloody toe. Now, I know I'm saying that it's more the neck and the head, but the blood part is the Mars energy. Now on a boy's side, and that was a female, and then another female was felt sexually violated. That also happened with this energy. And then also I experienced, mind you, this was all the same day. Okay, the same day. I was at a barbecue. And I know everyone's sign at this barbecue. Then we also had a the Aquarius rising and Aquarius stallion, they were working out at the barbecue. So they felt more powerful. And that is what you have with conjunctions, is either good or bad. And it looks like the men or the masculine energy was thriving, and the female energy were they were taken back. Okay. Not by all, but I'm just saying this is what we experience. Now let's talk about the 16th of July. Now the moon will enter, where's our moon? This moon will enter Sagittarius. It's not there yet, but it will enter Sagittarius in the evening at 6:24 p.m. And when you have your emotions entering Sagittarius, you're going to want some freedom. You're going to want to explore. You're going to feel optimistic and enthusiastic. You will probably be more philosophical, and maybe have some intellectual pursuits. There will be restlessness. You will want your freedom, and there will be honest and directness when it comes to your emotion. Now, Mercury is entering a pre-shadow phase. I'm going to actually scoot this a few hours so we can have 21. Yeah, there we go. So when Mercury hits 21 in the sign Leo, you have it officially entering the pre-shadow phase. Okay, this is going to be Tuesday. So today, figure it out. Figure out all your plans before we get into this pre-shadow phase. It will happen at 8:51 p.m. So you got the day of Tuesday and today as I'm speaking to you. Okay, but it's fine if you're like, well, I'm late. It's fine. Just whatever you do with your planning, just take your time, because the energy is going to start affecting you. Mercury in the sign Leo. Leo does represent presidency and leadership. So there is that. Okay. We'll put that in that box so we can know. Leo also represents children. It represents celebrities. It represents gold. It represents the heart. Okay. Now, Leos, you may be feeling this more than others, just so you know. And, pre-shadow phase is us to pay attention to any communication that arises, any themes that are resurfacing, they're going to resurface during the retrograde. So if you haven't had some closure yet, you probably will. A lot of people will be probably calling their Leo friends who they haven't spoken to. That will probably happen. But there'll be some misunderstandings, some miscommunications, anything relating to expressing yourself, because Leo energy is about expressing yourself. Oh, did I even put the chart back up? Okay, yes. Yeah, also creative projects, initiating, maybe preparing your creative projects and reviewing any creative projects, anything you're signing far as these things like a heart surgery, things that deal with the matter of the heart, because Mercury also represents signing contracts. Just read the fine print, okay? Let me see what else. Anything dealing with gold, anything dealing with children, anything dealing with your self-expression, creativity, fun. Okay. Yeah. So just be aware of those contracts. Okay. Also, Leo is very social energy, and it's going to enhance your social life. So be light on some issues in addressing issues. Be mindful of any tensions. Leo is very confrontational. Okay. So let's just be, you can be in the audience watching the conflicts. Okay. So just be aware of that. Now, for as technology, of course, it represents travel, Mercury. So double check any, especially if you have any adventurous plans happening, because Leo's very adventurous and very courageous. Okay. Communication of self-expression, I think I discussed that, right? Be aware of that. Reflect on any personal goals. Leo is all about the self, right? And your aspirations. Also, leadership and authority. I discussed that. In any drama. Oh, yeah. Leo's very dramatic. Okay. So be aware of all of those themes with Mercury pre-shadowing, because it will be retrograding in a sign. Okay. Now let's go on to the 19th. And wait, did we do? Okay, that was the 16th. Was I just going back? Oh no, we didn't do the 18th. So the 18th of July this week, we have that the sun is going to sextile Uranus. Finally, something pops positive of Uranus. So the sun's going to sextile that, and that's positive. Again, we have that 26 degree, which is also dealing with that fixed star, that algal. Okay. So the positive part though is now your body and your ego and your drive, all that is positive, and there's harmonious energy. The sun is focusing in the sign Cancer on your home, your emotions, your personal security, and emphasizes nurturing and caring for others as well. Anything that's dealing with safety. Okay. Sextile is positive, right? It's supporting. There's some opportunities there. And there's some innovative energies to change and grow. You just have to do the work. Uranus, again, all about change, unexpected change, also dealing with socializing, also dealing with futuristic energy, revolutionary. So if you are fighting for the people, this might work for you. Okay. Very creative and original and adaptable, flexible energy. There's emotional growth and security with this aspect. So hone into that, be creative, think outside of the box when it comes to your goals, even dealing with yourself and ego. Okay. Now that is what we have for the 18th. And on the 19th of July, let me drinking some water. The moon will enter Capricorn, and this is when we'll start that full moon coming soon. But anytime we have a moon in Capricorn, you're dealing with your emotions, and it's very practical, it's very disciplined, could be very cold. Okay. Could be lacking emotions for others. But you are very ambitious, you're very responsible. When there's a moon in Capricorn, for me, I am hard work. I love it. I'm thinking long term with this energy, very career and ambitious driven. There's self-control with your emotions, and there's emotional resilience and the focus on achieving things. You're very goal orientated, very productive. Love this energy. That same day, Venus is going to trine the North Node. And when it trines the North Node, it also sextile the South Node here. Okay. Trine is very strong though. Okay. That means you don't have to do anything. It's going to come to you without, you can just be sitting at home and just like not doing anything. Venus is going to come in and be like, hey, where the party at? Where the party at? All right. And it's not only going to say where the party at, but where's the party involving you and your future? Because that's what the North Node represents. Venus in Leo is very creative, very expressive. Also, we could be dealing with some romantic relationships and love. Okay. So even if you are married, even if you are single, this is positive energy, right? With that Leo energy and being creative, trining, very harmonious. Okay. It's almost like your destiny and purpose is supposed to happen that day. Okay. That is what you're going to have on the 19th. And there is some courage and initiative, because it's in the sign Aries, of doing something new. Sextiling that Libra, not as there's some work here you have to do when it comes to releasing this past and focusing on the present of the self. But it's fine. It's there. The energy is there, and you're able to release, especially with that trine of Aries of self and doing something new. And this is the nodes always the nodes always retrograde, and whenever something's retrograde there is a review of the self. However, this is very positive, and it's balancing relationships could be happening with that too. So that's on the 19th. So we have that. Now on the 20th, we have the Mars that's going to sextile. Where's my Mars? Mars is going to sextile Neptune. And this is right before, let me actually put it. So before Mars enters Gemini, it's going to sextile Neptune. This is also in 29 degrees. That's an urgent degree, just so anyone can know. 29 degrees is kind of crucial because it's like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. I'm about to change signs. Let's hurry up and do this. Sextile is positive, but you still have to do some work, but the weather is great for you this day, okay? And Mars in Taurus is all about determination and persistence. I love Mars in Taurus because I'm able to think and move slow, because I have a Mars in Gemini. I need to slow it down. So this gives me a great balance with Mars in Taurus, and Mars is about to hit Gemini. That's a whole nother story. But today, okay, we are talking about it being in Taurus, and there's determination and persistence. There's sensuality and patience. And Neptune retrograding in Pisces is all about your intuition and dreams, your illusion and clarity, your spirituality. What do you believe? What are you feeling, right? And that sextile, again, a very positive and very productive energy. So you're going to have some creativity with this. There's just no doubt you'll be pushed in very the energy and drive will want to be creative, will want to be romantic, will want to deal with spirituality, maybe in a physical way like yoga or meditation, connecting the mind and the body through spirituality. There's compassion when it comes to your actions. So you could be like healing others or helping others or sacrificing yourself for others. There's also enhanced intuition. Great day for tarot reading, but the tarot reading is not going to land on your lap. You have to go to it. Great day for Reiki, especially with that Mars, right? Energy in the body. So go ahead and go to Reiki and yoga. Okay. So that's what you have. If you want to harness this energy, just, use your imagination, engage in some spiritual practice, act with compassion, always trust your intuitions. Okay. Now, that same day, we'll switch it over. Mars will enter Gemini. Let me take a sip again. Now, Mars entering Gemini I can personally tell you how this is, okay? You are going to be moving fast. You're like, I don't have time to think. I only have time to do, okay? You're going to rush every project. You're going to be very talkative. Anything you're trying to achieve and gain, you're going to be talking your way through it, okay? If you are trying to okay, so for example, if you are like, okay, I really want to impress this girl, I really want to get this girl, I really want to date her, trying to get this girl, you're going to do your research. You're going to be asking questions. What is she like? And then when you meet her and you're trying to pursue her, you're just going to be talking her head off, okay? Because you're like really you're going to be curious on how to achieve her. That's one aspect. And then you're going to really try to achieve her through words. Okay. I'm just trying to explain to you with this Mars and Gemini, how it feels. Not only you're going to try to achieve her by words, then you're going to be like, okay, wait, this isn't working. I'm going to be adaptable. Okay. So I'm going to, change the plans last minute because it's a very mutable sign. And, instead of like getting to know her by talking, I'll write her a letter. How about that? In the middle of the conversation. Okay. Also, this energy is very flexible outside of the trying to achieve the girl, but it's very flexible. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of energy, a lot of youthfulness, and what else? A lot of socializing. What else do we have with Mars and Gemini? Socializing, curious. Oh, multitasking, huge with this energy. So everyone's going to be feeling like, okay, while I'm cooking, I can take an online class. Okay. And if you could add another part to that, you would be doing it. That is what you get for the collective with Mars and Gemini. Now, Mars represents our action, our energy, our aggression, our drive, our passion, our assertiveness, being courageous, our motivation, our ambition, the warrior, the conflict, the desire, the bravery, the anger, the persistence, the risk. Okay. Now, when you have it in Gemini, right, we're very articulate. You could be very persuasive. There's listening skills. With the anger, there's quick with words, and you'll probably be very sharp and quick and have some cutting remarks. Okay. So be aware of that. Using your words as weapon mostly is really what this is. So there's a lot of debates and arguments. The rappers with this, okay, the rappers with this, let's see what happens with that. Quick thinking and decision making, adaptability and flexibility, I discussed. Effective communication, very curious, very social. Networking is huge. A lot of Geminis are always on social media. To me, it's like, get off social media. But that's how they are. Very variety seeking, like, okay, I'm bored with this, on to the next thing. When it comes to war and conflict, because I like to explain that when we're dealing with Mars, there could be tactical plans, right? Tactical plans with clever communication. Okay, very information becomes key as a weapon. Okay, that is what you get. So intelligence and deception could be happening. Propaganda, misinformation, that could be happening as a strategic war. Mars and Gemini energy. Okay. And what else do we have? Changing circumstances. The plan is to do this, and now we're going to do this when dealing with any kind of conflict. Guerrilla tactics, because it's very rapid with movements, hit and run kind of strategies, very flexible maneuvers in common with this energy. What else? Intellectual warfare. Intellectual warfare. Okay. So engaging in information like hacking, cyber attacks, intelligence gathering, huge with Mars and Gemini. Okay. What else do we have? Restlessness, rapid decisions, short-term focus, coordinated attacks, diversion tactics. Great. Okay. So that is what we have with Mars entering Gemini. I think I am going to pull a card just on that when a planet ingresses, so we can just know what we are dealing with as a collective. Let me pull a card so we can see Mars and Gemini, what we are experiencing. Mars and Gemini is going to bring some stability. There's themes of community with Mars and Gemini. Actually, let me connect it to the oracle. Let's see what the oracle says. Okay, we're going to pull an oracle card. Miracles. Very positive with this Mars and Gemini. A lot of people are going to use their words. I love that. For the collective, it's going to bring stability. There's some miracles happening. Again, we have that rainbow, which represents Gemini. Okay, so multiple options whenever I see a rainbow, and then also multiple options when it comes to climbing mountains, when it comes to hard things we have to achieve. There's multiple options, and it's going to bring stability. It's going to bring structure. It's going to bring culminations. It's going to bring celebrations while Mars is in Gemini. Okay. And you better get it going, because later on in the year, Mars will be retrograding. Okay. So that is what we have that day. Let me see. Is that the 19th? Oh, that's the 20th. Okay. So now we have, wait, did I say everything that day? Yeah. So now we have the big kahuna. Okay. Again, a sip. Now we have the 21st of June of July. This is when we have the full moon. Just so y'all know, this is when we have the full moon. The full moon is going to be 29 degrees. 29 degrees. Where's my full moon at? She's there. Let me scooch her back. And let me give it an hour here. Where my moon? Where my moon? Okay. I'm moving the chart for everyone who's just listening. So here we are. Here is our full moon happening around 6. It says 3:17 a.m. Okay. So this is what we have here. Oh, this is Washington, D.C. I need to change the location. Okay, so this is what we have here. This full moon, 29 degrees. 29 degree is a very strong degree, right? Because it's a crucial point and there's transformation happening and there's a sense of urgency. Okay, so you have that alone, right? Anytime you have a full moon in Capricorn, there is a strong influence on discipline, structure, hard work, and ambition. And when it comes to your emotions, and also to the men are not getting along with the women, they can't see each other's side. So there could be conflicts with men and women, and this is going to affect the Cancers. This is going to affect the Capricorns. Capricorns not as yet. It's going to affect the Capricorns. Also could be affecting any of the cardinal signs. Okay, so our Aries and our Libras. Okay, so you have that's happening. Sense of urgency, intensity. There's a sense of closing something because you have that 29 degrees, and with your personal goals, with your public image, with your responsibilities, taking responsibility and authority, evaluating some structures, balancing your emotions between emotions and practicality. A lot of coldness with this Capricorn because it represents the cold and isolated kind of energy. So you have that. Now, this full moon is not only in a tug of war with your ego and your emotions, your home versus your work. So you do have that struggle. At the same time, this full moon here is going to trine Mars, right? Yes, it's going to trine Mars a little bit, this Uranus, but trine Mars, and there's action and initiative. There's physical energy when it comes to whatever this conflict or whatever this issue is with the full moon, whatever this the zenith, whenever there's a full moon, it's like, okay, we're at the climax of all the drama. Okay, so you do have that happening, but it's trining Mars, so that's positive. And Mars is going to be in Gemini by the time we have this energy, so it's talking. It wants to learn. Now, not only is it going to trine Mars, which is great, it's also going to trine Uranus. Okay. And then you have the innovative energy and change and freedom and independence and doing something different as something unexpected that you never had before. So you have that with things that you value. So you also have that. Now, also, another positive thing is that it's going to be sextiling Pluto. And why can't I? No, it's not going to sextile Pluto. Is it sextiling Pluto? Why do I have that it's sextiling Pluto? It's not. It's conjunct Pluto. Okay. So you have it conjunct Pluto. So there's transformation here. Transformation. Say it for the people in the back. There is emotional transformation here. Now, conjunctions are very strong energy. Okay. Now, Pluto is at its purest form. It's retrograding. So there are some secrets that may be coming out of the closet. Okay. There are some deep secrets. There's also some psychology that could be happening. Pluto also represents things that are hidden, things that are very taboo, things are like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. That is what also happens with Pluto. Pluto is also in the sign of Aquarius. And Aquarius is the sign of socializing and technology and science. So you have this work and work of career, your emotions and your long-term goals, hugging the healing planet of people and networking. Okay, groups and friendships and science. So let's see how that is. There may be a deep transformation happening, and there may be some emotional deepness going on. That is the good part. The bad part is some secrets may be coming out that you may not want, and it could be regarding your career. Okay, so you have that, or it could be regarding this Aquarius theme, some friendship and some networking are your future goals. Okay, now this full moon conjunct Pluto, intense. Oh, it also could be dealing with some power or some control issues or manipulation or obsession, like you really being obsessed with someone or someone being obsessed with you, especially if someone's obsessed with a female, right? Because the moon represents mother and female. So just be aware of that. A lot of power controls, issue related to power, authority could be coming to the forefront, power struggles. Yes, be aware of that. Now, why did I have it sextiling? I don't know why I had a sextiling, but yes. So be aware of that. Now, later on, then the moon will be entering Aquarius, okay, at 4:42 a.m. And there is, whenever we have a moon in Aquarius, and then it'll be touching Pluto, and it'll be very strong. Okay, the moon moves fast though, because within the next hour, it's already on to the next degree. But while it's going towards Pluto, if you're up, you're going to feel very emotional about some deep secrets or some healing, or maybe you will have some emotional independence. Maybe you'll be unconventional with your approaches. But whenever we have the moon in Aquarius, you want your independence, you want your freedom, you want to try something different at home. You're probably caring about the collective. There's a lot of intellectual. Aquarius just makes me think math. Okay, a lot of intellectual, very social, very active, communicative energy. Okay, but yes, be aware of the healing happening that day as well. That is what you have on the 21st. Okay, that is what I think we have for everything. Just know that that is a potent degree. 0 degrees is potent, 15 degrees is potent, and 29 degrees is potent, and 0 here. We end the week with 0 degrees. Now, next week, I actually didn't do what, I actually didn't look it up. I didn't write it down, actually. So let me just tell you quickly what we have look for next week. We have the sun entering Leo. Happy solar return to all my Leos. But once it hits Leo, the sun will be opposing Pluto. Well, ain't that fun? Again, 0 degrees. That's pretty big, you guys. Okay. What else do we have here happening? Let me just see real quick what else I can see what we have. Next week, did I see Sunday? I'm thinking that's the big one, as I'm just looking spontaneously without really like yeah, the 29th. Yeah. I'm thinking that is the big one, but we will see. There's a lot of other things I'm sure I'm not really looking at, and because I'm just looking really fast. As I see Mercury will enter Virgo as well. We'll discuss that. So yeah, so that is what we have for next week. And now let me pull the cards for the weekly. Not for the weekly. Let me pull the cards for us as a collective. This is for us as a collective. Okay. Everyone who's watching this is for you as a collective and what we're going to experience this week. Okay. So we've got 2 cards that came out. We have the 7 of Swords. There is a battle, and we don't like the way we fought it. This could be happening around the world. This could be happening in the United States, or it could be happening in your community. Okay. There's a battle, and we lost with words. Okay. Very Mars and Gemini. So we're not happy with how we were playing things. Not that emotional. Also is very sneaky energy. Okay. Someone's telling secrets, someone's being deceptive, and that is the energy of the 7 of Swords. For Pentacles, we need to start saving our money as a collective. Okay. Everyone save your coin, because something is up with the economy. Okay. Then we have the devil. Yeah, you definitely want to save your money, because here's the devil coming in and saying, okay, everyone's got some toxic energy. What is the toxic energy of the week for you? Because there could be some. Everyone has something they can work on. But you're going to be feeling like you're in bondage. You're going to be feeling like you're enslaved. You're going to be feeling like there's toxic addictions. A lot of manipulation, very hell energy. Okay. Not positive. No bueno. You want your freedom, but you feel locked in. Okay. Could be financially locked in, feeling like you have no resources and you can't do much. That could be happening. Or maybe you are hoarding so much, or maybe you have an addiction of shopping. Bada boo. Okay. That's what we have for the collective. Now, let me do some horoscopes. Let me pull that up for everyone. Oh, before I do the horoscopes, let me just say, let me take a sip of water first. Before I do the horoscopes, let me say that check your sun, moon, and rising. It's like, where did I go just a minute ago? check your sun, moon, and rising. Check all three because that will benefit you and give you like a really as close as you can personal reading. The sun is so accurate every time I look at my sun for horoscopes, and that is like what you physically achieve. The moon is dealing with your emotions. Your rising is accurate to your chart. Okay. And I will be pulling cards for each placement. Okay. So let's start with Aries. Hello, Aries. Let me pull up the chart too. Okay, so Aries, let me change it to you guys. Actually, I need to change it back to this week. Today is the 4th, we'll do it the 15th. Get in the middle. Oh, I'm still in an hour. 15th. Okay, so we have the 15th. We're going to change it to our Aries. Where my Aries at? Where my Aries at? Okay, Aries, here we go. Now, Mars is going to, where's my Mars? Mars is going to move into your 3rd house of communication. You're going to be really talking, okay? You really going to be very active. You could be maybe starting to learn something new. Yeah, and then look, it's going to get closer to that Jupiter, very optimistic energy, especially when it comes to learning or just overdoing the information or talking too much, okay? Trying to achieve things, but you have that. This is the house of learning. This is a basic learning, like the beginning stages of learning, okay? So you have that. And what else do we have with this? Siblings, discussing things with siblings, discussing things with your community. And then that full moon is going to happen. The full moon is going to happen opposing 4th. The full moon is going to happen again, Capricorn, the 10th house, and you will be really focused on your career. There will be highlight energy, some high emotions when it comes to your career or your accolades or your hard work. Okay. So that is what we have for you with the full moon, and that is what we have for you with Mars and Gemini. Let me pull a card for you on my Aries. The Magician, yeah, very Mercury energy. Okay, so a lot of communication for you guys, a lot of manifesting your actions, using all the tools that God has given you to pursue the action and doing stuff. Okay, so while you have this Mars in Gemini really getting the action, you really want to pursue all your goals. Okay, so really, I would say really learn something new, focus on that, tap into that energy. I mean, I love learning, so there is that. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Taurus, it is your turn. And let me pull a card for you on my Taurus. We have the 3 of Pentacles. So Taurus, this is all about collaborating. Also, again, learning something new. There's a huge focus on learning. All right. So collaborating, maybe learning something new from someone young. This is what this all comes down to. Your Mars is going to enter the 2nd house of finances. So I wonder if you have to collab with someone or network with someone or work with someone with some finances here. Remember that Mars is going to come over here and creep up to Jupiter, which is very optimistic. So big energy and talking about your finances or learning about your finances. And your full moon is going to be in your 3rd house, right? The ego is in here with your siblings and your community, or something of communicating and learning, right? And then it's opposing the big world. So the small community versus your big community, not even your community, just the whole world, right? Or maybe editing versus publishing, or maybe like your opinions versus the philosophy of things. So highlights travel, education, your belief system. You might complete a course, or maybe a significant trip. Yeah, because it's the small travels versus the big travel. You do have that happening. Okay. Now, what is going, and then that moon is going to be on your midheaven. So the emotions and the transformation is happening for you with your career. I wonder what's going on. Okay. Yeah. But when that moon conjuncts this Pluto later on this week, what is going on? Yeah, there needs to be a collaboration here. Something with learning, with something youthful, with that tarot card. But yeah, Yeah, so there's a big transformation happening with your career. Let me know what's going on. I'm very curious. The Gemini energy is always curious about what is going on. All right. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Geminis, let's do you. Now, the Mars, let me change your Mars is going to enter. Where's your Mars? Where's your Mars? Mars is going to enter Gemini in your first house, of course. Okay. And you're going to be full of energy, new challenges. This is an excellent time to start a new project about yourself and your personal goals and asserting your independence and pursuing whatever you're passionate about. And there's good luck here and optimism. And it's going to be bigger than ever when it touches that Jupiter as it goes in and transits. Now, your full moon is going to happen in your 8th house of psychology, of finances, of like you owning money, right? Finalizing maybe a financial agreement, settling a debt, an experience on deep personal transformation, what is taboo. Yeah, also mystery energy could be happening here. And then that moon is going to conjunct Pluto, and that Pluto energy is in the 9th house of travel, philosophy, yeah, and higher education. So what are your emotions transforming there? And then you have Mercury. Where is our Mercury here? Mercury in Leo, and Mercury is slowly going to ease in there. But Mercury is, ooh, big communication here about yourself, and about presidents, I wonder, and leadership happening here in the 3rd house. Anyway, so yeah. Oh, let me pull a card for you guys, Gemini. Actually, this card is calling me. Ooh, there's abundance. And I do think it's going to be very positive for you. This is self-made energy. The Mars is very strong. Okay. The Mars is speaking to everyone this week through the cards. Yeah, so there's very self-made energy happening for you with this Mars conjuncting Jupiter, especially, but in that first house. So take advantage. Yeah, and also too, that full moon, I would really consider knowledge and education. No, not knowledge and education, finances. If that's a thing, just be aware of that. Okay. And maybe it's affecting your career. I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, Cancers. Welcome, Cancers. Let's see what we have for the horoscopes for you. We're doing the Mars entering Gemini, and we're doing the full moon in Capricorn. Now, Mars is going to enter. Where's your Mars? It's going to enter the 12th house. So this is really tapping into your subconscious. This is also some solitude and being alone, not lonely, but being alone. It's like you're working behind the scenes to achieve things. Okay. People, you're not on the stage, you're doing it, and people can't see it. This is the house of hidden things, too. You already got Jupiter and Gemini in this house. So you're already doing some big things that are very optimistic for you, and it's happening done behind closed doors. Maybe you're also going to have introspection. Maybe there's some dealing with some past issues. This also is a huge house of spirituality and connecting with things that are beyond this world. So that could be happening. Now, your full moon is in your first house. No, the sun is in your first house, Cancer. Sorry. The full moon is going to be in your 7th house, the self versus relationships. Do you work with a loved one? I wonder. Okay. But yeah, full moon is going to bring clarity and culmination, or bring a highlight energy in your partnerships, maybe important relationship decisions or commitments, or something's ending. And remember that full moon is trining a lot of things. So there's positive energy. At the same time, just beware of, what was it opposing? It's opposing the sun, but it had a negative aspect. Let me see the full moon. Let me actually, I want to take it there. But yes, but just be aware of your career and partnerships, okay? And everything I discussed before on 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's opposing. It's not opposing. This is trining. What was it squaring? Wasn't it squaring something, you guys? And I just forgot just like that, because I didn't eat and I'm doing too much. But I just want, actually, let me see. Let me see, because I have it here. Full moon, squares. Let me see. Where are my notes? Full moon, conjunct Pluto. Conjunct Pluto. That is what's happening. Okay. So the full moon is conjuncting The full moon is conjunct Pluto. So, yeah, huge transformation, you guys. Be aware of that. There may be some secrets that could be coming out regarding your relationships. Maybe some secrets regarding something that's very taboo. Okay. Yeah, Cancers. Be aware of that for the full moon. And I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Leos. Ooh, solar return for you guys next week. I mean, yeah, next week. So we have Mars entering Leo for you, and Mars is going to enter Leo. No, not Leo. Gemini. Mars is going to enter Gemini in your 11th house. This is all about socializing, okay? About your future and your hopes and dreams, technology and science, astrology as well. But maybe you're pursuing this more than ever, learning about it. Very optimistic, very big. Could be dealing with some teamwork, are engaging in group activities, or maybe you're like fighting for the cause. Okay. So you have that happening. The full moon is going to happen in your 6th house of work, health, and day-to-day habits. So be aware of that. Your work routines. You might complete a project. Maybe you'll start a new health regimen. This is going to be highlighted. Okay. Maybe there's going to be some highlights dealing with your daily habits. And then that full moon is going to be conjunct here Pluto of transformation and healing and psychology, maybe psychology and healing with that 7th house, the house of relationships or open enemies. So be aware of that, especially when you're dealing with a Capricorn. Maybe there's something at work that's dealing, yeah, maybe this is work related. We shall see. But it's trining a lot of planets. It's trining Mars, it's trining Uranus. So there's positivity when it comes to your career. Be aware of that. That's great energy. Okay. So yeah, so I don't think career maybe won't be an issue. Maybe it'll be something with the relationships, but not saying that the conjunct is bad. It's just that it's very strong. Okay. Let me pull a card for all my Leos. Ooh, King of Wands, very positive. You guys, this is you. Okay. You're gonna need to motivate, you need to inspire, you need to be strong, you need to be courageous, you need to push others, motivate others this week. Yeah, very positive. Stay strong, be creative. Okay. Be outspoken, be courageous. I said courageous, right? I think so. Creative. Did I say creative? I probably did. Yeah, be yourself, okay? But be a leader being yourself. People need to come to you for advice about those things, okay? I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, Virgos. Virgos, Mars is going to enter Gemini for you. Okay, Mars is going to enter Gemini in your 10th house. And look at that. It's just sitting on your work. You have energy and drive. You have the same energy as Donald Trump, just so you know. He is also a Virgo rising. But yes, but you need to understand that there is drive for you when it comes to your career. Maybe there was some unexpected changes in your career as well. Or something very out of the box happening. But yeah, boost of energy with your public sector. Maybe this is already happening. Maybe there's new projects. You're pursuing things, leadership roles, very confident. It's dealing with that Taurus energy. It's going to move into Gemini, and you're going to be talking about your career more than ever, more drive, more optimism. Big, big, big with that Jupiter too, right? Now, also you have your full moon happening for you in your 6th house of self-expression and create. No, 6th house of health. No, I'm sorry. In the 5th house of self-expression, about yourself, romance, children, that is going to be highlighted. Maybe you work with children. Maybe you work where somewhere is really creative, or something dealing with romance. But yeah, there's a emotional culmination happening. Okay. Also could be dealing with hobbies, celebrating achievements, or something that is enjoying your passions. Is going to conjunct this Pluto here. And when it conjuncts Pluto, there's transformations happening in the workplace or with your health regarding your career. Okay. Yeah, did I pull a card for you guys? Virgos. Let me pull a card. And we have saving the coin, holding your resources tight here. Okay. Don't release your resources. Hold it tight. Maybe you're holding it too tight, or maybe you're not saving enough. Okay. Yeah, Virgos. Think about that. And I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, all my Libras. Welcome to your horoscopes. We're talking about Mars entering. We're going to talk about the full moon happening this week and Mars entering Gemini this week. Okay. Now, Mars enters Gemini. Nope, that's not you. Mars enters Gemini in your ninth house of travel. Are you going to be doing some big traveling? Are you going to be learning about things from different countries? I'm curious to know. It's going to activate the travel, the education, higher learning, philosophy. You'll be driven to explore new ideas, maybe cultures and experience. Also, this could be dealing with law of some sort. It's a great time of learning and broadening your horizons because that Jupiter is beyond horizons. Big energy. When it's Mars touches that Jupiter, it's going to be bigger than ever. Maybe bring some optimism towards all the things that I just discussed in the aspects, in the themes of Gemini. Gemini is very talkative and communicative. I've already discussed that. This, if you are watching this live, this will be saved. Now, you're going to have your full moon in the fourth house. Okay. The full moon in the fourth house, Libra. So that basically means you're going to be all about your family. Maybe you work from home. Maybe you work with your mom. Maybe you work with fertility of some sort. Okay. But it's dealing with your home life, your family life, a home project, maybe a family dynamics, maybe something with your home or emotional security or safety. Yes, all that is going to be highlighted with this full moon. Then it's going to sit here and conjunct. That full moon is going to conjunct Pluto, and it's something healing maybe with children, something healing with something with the future of your self-expression. But there's a transformation happening here. Okay, let me pull a card for you, Libras. And we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is here for you guys. And the Hierophant is a Taurus energy. It doesn't want to change. It's very fixed. It wants to stick to the traditions, stick to your traditional beliefs. Also, how does that correlate? It makes me think of like, it makes me think of that Capricorn energy in that fourth house of like your past and your ancestry. Maybe there's something there with the ancestry and there's a change because this is a number 5, this card. But it's giving you the keys of knowledge as well. So you'll probably be learning something from your past or learning something from what you used to believe. Also, the Hierophant there's conformity. Conformity is like sticking in a box and it's like you're going to conform to these things. So yeah, that is what that card represents. I hope that makes sense for you guys. I'm thinking there is going to be a very stubborn, fixed energy of not changing when it comes to your career. I don't know. That just makes me think that. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Scorpios. Okay, Mars is going to enter your 8th house. Okay. You got some energy with your resources, with some transformation, with your spirituality, with things that are very hidden and mysterious, things that are very taboo. Also, this is representing intimacy. You'll probably be driven with financial matters, driven about things that you owe people money or loans or investments. You're probably going to be engaged in psychology or personal transformation. There's optimism and there's luck here happening for you. So that may work out in your favor. Now, the full moon is going to happen in your 3rd house of community, siblings. Maybe you work with your siblings. Maybe you work in your community. Maybe you work something with cars and travel, right? But full moon is going to have conversations and announcements, completion of writing. Oh yeah, maybe you're a writer. It's a time for clarity and thought and sharing your message. Okay, these are like long-term goals, energy. Yeah. Okay, and remember, it's going to conjunct this Pluto here, and what conjuncts to Pluto, that is your IC of home. There's a change happening with your home, has been happening for a minute here. This Pluto is retrograding on back, so it's really going to hit the IC when you have a huge either healing or transformation happening for you. Okay. We have self-made energy for all my Capricorns. Yeah, this is dealing with them finances, right? This is dealing with the coins. It makes me think of that Mars energy is going to be big for you. Maybe even bigger than it could be bigger than the full moon. So yeah, let me know. Self-made energy, taking care of your finances and doing it by yourself, which is very Scorpio 8th house, strong energy. Okay. I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, Sagittarius. Let's see what we have for you in your chart. Sagittarius, the Mars is going to enter your 7th house, okay, of relationships and open enemies. Okay, so Hmm. Is your partner going to be working hard? Are you going to be working hard with your partner? Is your business partner going to be working hard? Or is your business, are you going to be working good with your partner? It's a good time to address any type of relationship dynamics, form maybe new partnerships, enhance existing ones. Yeah, but this is all about relationships and being more assertive with your relationships. Okay. It's sitting here touching that home. So you have the energy of the home, not the home of relationships. You have the energy of relationships happening here. Now, what else? We have the full moon that's going to happen in your 2nd house of money. Okay. You want some tangible things anyway. You love to have tangible results. And that full moon is going to highlight that. Okay. You're like, no, if I'm going to achieve something, it needs to have an award. I need to have a tangible item to achieve it. And that moon is going to highlight it with the full moon. And then it's in that 8th house of Cancer. Cancer in the 8th house also could represent rebirth with that Cancer energy. So there's something with that, like a rebirth maybe happening. Let me pull a card for you. Whatever the full moon is changing. It's going to conjunct this Pluto here, and you've already have some transformation and healing when it comes to your community, when it comes to your neighbors, your siblings. All of this is changing for you. Anyway, and it's something different. But let's see what we have for you. Okay, we have this Mars and this full moon. It's making you feel trapped. You feel trapped, okay? You feel like you can't see all the options here. It's all in your head and it's going to make you emotional. Be aware of that. I'm going to pull a card on how to handle that. And of course, how to handle it is to tap into your intuition, okay? When you are being emotional with this Mars in Gemini moving into your 7th house of relationships, you need to tap into your intuition. You need to seek higher being, things that are not tangible. And then when that moon enters that tangible thing and touches that Pluto with that full moon, you still need to tap into that intuition. Know that there is a higher things, of a way of things happening. Like there's a natural pattern happening and you're going to be okay. All right. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Capricorns, let's see what we have for you. And Mars is going to enter the 6th house of health and routines and your work environment. Maybe you're going to be tackling some work projects or adapting healthier habits, or really working with some employees. But there's optimism here. It's very positive. And then the full moon will be happening in the 7th house for you. And it's all about yourself, right? There's highlighting personal goals and achievement and maybe your identity and what do you look like. All that is going to come to play here, and there's highlights with this, and it's an issue. It's conflicting relationships. Okay, also too, that full moon is going to conjunct Pluto, and when it conjuncts Pluto, there's transformation with your resources, okay, or what you deem valuable. Let's see what we have for you. You need to focus on what you do have and not focus on the negative, okay, especially when that Pluto touches there. Also too, that Mars maybe getting into the 6th house of health and day-to-day activity. Focus on what you have. Don't focus on loss. All right. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Aquarius. Let's see what we have for you. Okay, the full moon is happening in your 12th house of solitude and spirituality and things that are hidden. Very spiritual and emotional insights. It's a completion of healing. Yeah, because this is like a closure here, that 12th house, and solitude and reflection. Huge energy and, versus your working environment and your employees and the solitude. There could be a thing here, this tug of war from there. Okay. Now, also, that is where your full moon is. You have a huge change happening for you, Aquarius rising, when it comes to your physical self. Okay. Or something with your physical body or something that people see. There's a transformation happening for you. This image that people once thought you were is changing. Okay. Yes, so that is what we have for you guys. Now, but that full moon is going to be touching that. So it may be causing some more emotions. Okay. Yeah, let me pull a card for you guys. Yeah, okay. So we're going to focus on that Gemini energy and that fifth house of self expression and who you're in line with. Who do you value? Who values the same things you value without even words? That's what the lover card normally represents. I'm thinking it's going to represent this fifth house because that is where Gemini is, because that card also represents Gemini and Mars moving into that fifth house of self expression, of creative projects and hobbies and being romantic and enjoying fun and playful activities. That is where Mars is going to be. And that's what the focus should be on. And have fun. Okay. Be like a child. Do something that really makes you feel like a child. And yeah, romantic endeavors definitely with that. All right. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Pisces. We have Mars. Where are my Pisces? Oh, I passed you guys. Mars is going to enter. First of all, Mars is touching your IC. So there is huge energy and transformation happening with your home and your family and where you feel safe. And then it's going to move into the fourth house, of course, of safety and home. Okay. And pushing action towards home related projects or family matters or personal security, or maybe with something with your ancestry or your mom. That could all be happening, or changing up your living spaces. There's optimism here, though, because you do have Jupiter there, or maybe it's making it really big and it's all through communication and words. Okay. You have that. Now, your full moon in Capricorn is going to happen in your 11th house of socializing, groups, networking, science, future, hopes and dreams. Yeah, so there's something there and it's going to be highlighted and it's going to be maybe very emotional. And there's a conflict of the self, okay? The group versus the self. That is what you have. Also, you have this transformation here happening with your solitude or happening with your spirituality, or happening with something that's hidden in secret. But that moon is going to touch it and it's going to be conjunct. And it's like your relationships and your friendships or your group with solitude. Okay. Let me pull a card for you guys. We have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is the fastest energy. It's very anxious. It's excited about moving fast. It's also excited about knowing the truth and having clarity on the truth. And I wonder if that's something with that Pluto, because it is in a sign Aquarius. Gemini is also an air sign, which represents that fourth house for you. But whatever it is, you want some clarity, you want some knowledge on it, and you want it fast. Okay. That is what we have for you guys. I hope that resonated. If you guys want more, of course, you can always book a reading or we can look at your astrology chart. I also have that membership elite club and you can ask some questions there. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed everything and I will see you guys next week. Thank you and bye.